3 minutes ago, Congressman Jared Moskowitz did something Washington insiders rarely dare. No slow wind-up, no careful wording, no playing the polite congressional game. He cracked open that thick crimson folder, slid out a single page with a signature at the bottom, raised it for every camera to catch, and hit Director Kash Patel with 5 words that wiped the color from his face. Director Patel, is this real? If you're watching now, stay put. The next 11 minutes are the kind of footage historians replay for decades. That split second when Patel spotted his own signature? The room's vibe flipped. Subscribe and turn on notifications. This is only the start, and what's coming next could rattle DC to its core. Let me set the picture. Senate Judiciary Committee Oversight Session, Thursday afternoon, 2:47 p.m. Eastern. The usual snooze fest. Budget lines, staffing notes, procedural fine print. The machinery of government humming along predictably. Patel strode in radiating confidence. You know the look. Shoulders back, navy suit sharp, the demeanor of someone who stared down 100 tough rooms and walked out fine. 3 lawyers at his sides, 2 senior aides behind, binder loaded with prepped lines and deflections. He expected routine. He didn't get it. First 90 minutes, textbook. Republicans tossed easy ones on field office numbers. Democrats probed January 6th cases. Patel delivered his standard mix. Respectful nods, evasive phrasing, clock eating without looking rushed. Watch twice, shuffle papers, measured water sips. Boredom personified. Then Moskowitz's turn. Director Patel, he started. Tone light, almost friendly, like chatting over coffee. Patel gave the slight nod of a man who thinks he's ahead. I'd like to discuss transparency. Of course, Congressman. The Bureau operates with maximum openness within... Great. Moskowitz cut in, smile sharp, not warm, the kind a prosecutor flashes before dropping the hammer. Because I have documents here the public needs to see. He drew out the red folder. Thick, 40-plus pages, yellow sticky tabs like battle markers. The sort that screams, I've prepped for months. Patel's face held steady, for now. But freeze the video at 1:40. His fingers gripped the table edge just a touch tighter. Congressman, I'm glad to address any properly cleared. They're cleared. Moskowitz's interruption was clean. Declassified last night at 11 p.m. Public domain. I can read them aloud right here. Nothing you can do to stop it. Tension crackled through the feed. Senator Graham glanced up from his phone. Senator Durbin leaned in. The C-SPAN operator zoomed. Rare in these rooms. They sensed it. Moskowitz opened the folder. These are FBI records on the Jeffrey Epstein case. Specifically, files detailing visitors to his properties, passengers on his plane, and witness accounts. He locked eyes with Patel. You're familiar with these, right? Patel's jaw clenched. Congressman, the Bureau keeps extensive records on many, without seeing specifics. Here are the specifics. Moskowitz lifted the first sheet. Visitor log, Epstein's Palm Beach home. March 14th, 2003. He began listing names. First 3 obscure, 4th a hedge fund figure already linked publicly. Nothing explosive yet. Then the 5th name. Dead silence. Not polite listening, but breath-held shock. Director Patel. Moskowitz's tone hardened. This name shows up 17 times across 6 months. 17 visits. Yet, when Congress requested these logs 2 years ago, they were stamped too sensitive for release. He raised the page. Why? Patel reached for water, hand steady, but that micro-pause before speaking said plenty. Classification involves complex factors. Privacy, active matters. No active matter here, Moskowitz snapped back. Epstein's dead. Maxwell's imprisoned. This isn't protecting a case. It's protecting people. But Moskowitz saved the killer blow. He drew a thicker sheet, different stock, official letterhead. This is a flight manifest from Epstein's private jet, the so-called Lolita Express, July 21, 2000. He let the date linger. Passenger list 4 names, 3 public over time. The 4th? Redacted in every prior version. Redacted under your authority, Director. 3 months after you started. Patel started to reply. Moskowitz raised a hand. Not done yet. This redacted name appears on 12 separate manifests. 12 flights to Palm Beach, New York, the U.S. Virgin Islands. Cameras caught Patel's eyes calculating. Deny, deflect, maybe attack the declassification. Moskowitz kept going. Now for the first time, the public sees who flew. He turned the page toward lenses. The signature below? Crystal clear, even on standard C-SPAN feed. Social media detonated. Name trending in under 90 seconds. Moskowitz didn't need to voice it. The document did. Patel's lawyer whispered urgently. Patel shook his head. No, Congressman. Patel's voice quieter, cautious. Flight logs from over 20 years ago, without context, don't necessarily... Context? Moskowitz's volume rose, not yelling but edged. Here's context. Another page. Witness statement. Woman employed at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse, 1999-2002. Given to FBI in 2009. He read, he was there at least 5 or 6 times I saw personally. Always evenings. Always with Jeffrey. They seemed like old friends. Gallery gasps. Real ones. Director Patel. Moskowitz set it down. This testimony sat in FBI files for 16 years. 16 years. Why classify it? Patel caught himself mid-sentence. Senator. I mean Congressman. That slip, tiny but blood in the water. The Bureau doesn't classify to shield individuals. Our protocols. Your protocol shielded this person. Moskowitz cut. And we both know the reason. Pause. If this grips you, hit like now. This isn't about views. It's about spreading info powerful folks want buried. Comment your take. Let's build the conversation. Moskowitz wasn't finished. He lifted a color 810 photo. Mar-a-Lago, 1997. Public for years. 2 men, arms around each other, smiling. Classic friendship shot. Then a stack. But these 32 other photos from the same event, locked in FBI evidence storage, refused release despite 3 FOIA requests, 2 subpoenas, a court order. Patel was perspiring, visible under lights. Lawyer slid a note. Patel shoved it aside. Congressman, releasing investigative photos requires careful. Careful what? Moskowitz's hand hit the desk. Mike jumped. Epstein's dead. Maxwell's locked up. No open cases. The only reason to seal these? Someone powerful wants them hidden. He stood. Rare move in hearings. Rules don't ban it, but it's aggressive, almost unheard of. Director Patel. Direct question. Yes or no? Can you manage that? Patel nodded slowly, eyes pleading not to ask. Under your leadership, has the FBI investigated any individuals named in these Epstein materials? 23 seconds silence. I counted. In a hearing, 23 seconds is forever. It's an admission. Congressman, I cannot comment on specific... Not yes or no. Without compromising sensitive. Director Patel. Moskowitz's voice chilled. Americans deserve yes or no. Have you pursued the powerful men in these files? More silence. Patel glanced at lawyers. Nothing. Aides stared at laps. Alone. The FBI pursues credible leads per established priorities and... Moskowitz laughed. Bitter, sharp. That's 73 words for no. He gathered papers. What I see, an FBI more focused on school board parents than Epstein's clients. Classifying docs to shield the powerful, not security. A director appointed by one name in these files, owing his position to him, spending 11 months burying connections to a child trafficker. Room erupted. Reporters on phones, staff whispering, Graham calling order. Durbin stunned. Patel frozen, mask shattered. But I have one more. Moskowitz lifted a single sheet delicately. DOJ memo, March 27, 2024. 3 months into your tenure. Classification Review Board, directed to expedite review of all Epstein materials referencing current or former officials. Signed by your deputy. Did you authorize this? Patel opened, closed mouth. Classification operates under yes or no. I don't recall the specific... You don't recall ordering reclassification of docs, shielding your boss's friends. Convenient. This led to 23 documents reclassified, previously cleared. Everyone referenced the same name. The one on flights. In testimony. In photos you won't release. Moskowitz's voice climbed. Not coincidence. Not accident. Obstruction. Cover up. And you're under oath, unable to admit it. Patel tried once more. Congressman, I reject any claim the FBI acted improperly or politically. Our commitment? Your commitment is to the man who appointed you. Moskowitz cut. To the structure that shields itself. To ensuring certain people face zero consequences. Hearing rolled on. Cyber, China espionage. No one heard. All minds on Raskin's proof, documents, testimony, reclassifications hiding powerful Epstein ties. Within minutes, clips flooded. Faustus Moskowitz trending. News interrupting broadcasts. Analysts debating obstruction charges. Powerful offices lighting up with damage control calls. This isn't rumor. Not theory. Congressional record. Documents, evidence proving protection for wealthy, connected men, while victims waited years. Moskowitz did what few dare, showed proof, named the scheme, forced evasion. Patel must answer now. Why reclassify? Why no probes? Why routine when it's clearly not?
That wall around these files?
Cracked. Moskowitz swung the hammer. Crack spreading. I keep seeing that stand-up moment. Signature raised. Is this real? Patel's face, silence, stammers. Not control. Collapse in real time. 3 minutes. That's all Moskowitz needed to dismantle years of shielding. One folder. One signature. Evasion. Patel cornered. Silent. Exposed. The Epstein files, and those they guard, no longer hidden in shadows. It's on record. Subscribe. Hit the bell. This story's unfolding fast. Documents public soon. Fallout building. I'll track every development. Share this. Pressure stays until answers come. The protected names? They won't stay secret forever.